Bioactive beverages, as potent as they are, these things called iridoids. Let me tell you a little bit about iridoids before you all read all this. I'm actually going to black this. So I put up a slide like that, and I was home there reading all Let me tell you what iridoids are. Okay? Iridoids obviously are a biological compound. They are, think of them like a fruit's immune system. They're found in other plants, but we haven't found one that contains as potent a mix as Noni. Okay? For example, a blueberry has one iridoid. Okay? Other ones have one or two. Noni has 12. All right? And two of them are actually unique to Noni. We haven't been found anywhere else in the world. So think about these iridoids as kind of like a plant's immune system. Meaning, what happens is their function is to defend the fruit, defend the plant against sickness and disease. Okay? So, what is happening, let me just give you an example, this will be the easiest way to do it. When you think of the fruit, okay, it has a certain level of iridoids. But after you pull from the tree, what happens? It begins to ripen, right? Now, when a fruit is ripening, what's actually happening? It's starting to break down a little bit, right? And so when that starts to happen, the fruit goes, uh-oh, problem. So what do? What happens when you get sick? What happens to your immune system? It accelerates, right? It takes a jump forward. Same way with this fruit. So it starts to ripen, and the iridoid level goes higher. And when it gets to the point when it's just really soft and mushy, that's when the iridoid level is just out the roof on this thing. Interesting thing, back in 1993, when John Wadsworth was studying this, he noticed this. He's like, if I picked a fruit, and they didn't know to call it iridoids at the time, whatever makes this compound work, if I let it sit on a tray for a couple days, that level gets higher. And if I get to the point where it's just so ripe, it's almost falling apart, it's just crazy how ripe it is. I mean, how powerful this compound is. The great thing about iridoids, first of all, and what an amazing thing this is from our creator, if I can religious on just a second. But the same benefits in that product are transferred from the plant to you. It works. It works. And they're strong, stable molecules that can withstand the manufacturing process, that can withstand sitting on a shelf. But let me tell you something right now, okay? I'll give you a quick example. There's a study done, not by us, by another food manufacturer, but they talk about the stability of acai pulp. The pulp of the product is supposed to be its most potent, pure form. It hasn't been freeze-dried and subjected to all this other stuff, right? It's just basically the essence of the fruit or the product itself. The bioactive compounds in this pulp are very high when it's just made. After 3 months, these compounds are degraded in acai pulp 80%. After 5 months, 95%. You get to 6 months, they can't even detect them at all anymore. But still, these companies, these super juice companies, have the audacity to put a 2-year expiration date on the product. Okay? I mean, Jeff talking about truth. We're talking about truth right now. Truth. Is it any wonder they can't get any scientific human clinicals to validate their product? Because I'll tell you why. Very rarely when you get a product, it's not like they're just sitting there going, bottle, put it in a box, walk it over to UPS, it's going to Kamal. What does it usually happen? They have an inventory, right? They have a big warehouse. They make the product, they stick it on a pallet, they put it in the warehouse. And then eventually that product gets out the door. Okay? Companies like to have a 3 to 6 month inventory always on hand to handle demand. Well, with these Noni Bioactive beverages, you're fine. It's the same product, fresh as can be, potent as can be. You can after 9 years and still get it. But I guarantee you, probably not 9 years old by the time you get it. Right? But if that's the case, if I'm depending on a product that has flavonoids like that acai one I just talked to you about, and I'm not going to get a product for 6 months after it's been processed, what's actually in that product for me? Not what I paid for. Not what they told me was going to be in there. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So iridoids are very special in that regard. Iridoids are extremely special. In fact, there have been hundreds of studies done on iridoids. that show they have these amazing properties that transfer from the plant to humans. Neuroprotective. And did I just say something about helping with your mood and your clarity? Maybe it's neuroprotective. Antioxidant benefits. Bioavailable antioxidant benefits. Cardiovascular benefits. Anti-inflammatory. Hypolipidemic, whatever that. Anti-allergic. Antimicrobial. There's lots more. There's tons of them. Okay? So who needs irritants?
Everyone.
They sound kind of funky, right? You're here for the first time, you're like, I had no idea that word even meant anything. Okay? But it's a real thing. Go look it up. But who needs irritants? Well, everybody needs irritants. Okay? Everybody needs them. And the great news is with Tahitian Noni Bioactive Beverage, you've got a way to deliver those irritants to your family, to protect them, to protect yourself, to offer them benefits, and your customers benefits as well. So what benefits will I see? Right? So if I'm a customer, or if I'm an IPC and I'm going to talk to other people about this, what benefits are they going to see? Well, because it's an